What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 6 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Eltharion the Grim High Elves Melee Only campaign, or whatever other order I usually say that intro in. Anyway, as we saw last time, an absolutely glorious battle against massive piles of Skaven saw Eltharion victorious and the Misty Mountain, home of Clan Moors, fall. We still have plenty of Skaven in the area, however, and in fact, this entire area, going into the Plain of Bones, Fortress of Vorag. Oh, Imric might be dead. It's all Skavened up here. Huh. And there's a very decent likelihood that Clan Rictus is bordering with Clan Moors now. Well, assuming that all of this is Clan Moors, and maybe there should be some Crooked Moon here, judging by the fact that the ogres are at war with them, we've got a lot of Skaven to deal with. In fact, in that light, it may be better to not antagonize the ogres at the very least until the Skaven are dealt with, or if at all, we may be able to use them as a buffer from anybody to the north. Also, as somebody pointed out in the comments with regards to fighting Arkan the Black, Arkan did destroy the Greybeard's Prospectors for us, which I agree. Anybody who destroys the Greybeard's Prospectors is alright in my book. So in that light, let's do this. Both Khemri and the Cult of Sigmar do not particularly like Volkmar the Grim, so we're going to cancel all of our agreements with him, especially since he's dead. He lost, what, 4 territories in the last 3 turns? I'm pretty sure he's going to be destroyed within the next few. This is going to make him not like us very much, but that doesn't matter, because breaking the agreements will make both Arkan, not that much friendlier, but a little bit friendlier, and Khemri a little bit friendlier with us. Then what we can do is trade this stuff not to the lizards, but to the ogres. I was thinking about originally trading it to the lizards, but the lizards are somewhat likely to get into a fight with the other Tomb Kings, and considering they're all bordering us, it's a little bit iffy. So let's do this. Carrick Asgal, you are currently being... well, there's a rebellion there, so we'll trade Carrick Asgal to you for... oh, huh. We could do a pact if we wanted to. Or we could get a decent amount of cash. What's the likelihood of the pact, I wonder? What if we trade something else, like Crooked Fang Fort, for example? How much is this worth to you? 9.7, not as much, not nearly as much. But still, by the looks of it, enough for a trade agreement. What about Dringo Karaz? Can we... oh, we can't give him Dringo Karaz. How much is Morgheim worth to you? 515, eh? I gotta think about this. Alright, Crooked Fang Fort, we'll do this, and we'll do the trade agreement, but not the non-aggression pact yet. And a little bit of cash. Like so. Then, we will do the same thing with Carrick Asgal, but for all the money. And Carrick Asgal for all the money. There we go, 8.6k, and it looks like they still have money left over at that. Nice. Alright, and if the rebels take it, well then we can just retake it and trade it to the ogres again. This will at least fund maybe even the rest of our campaign, and we'll get the ogres to like us. Dringo Karaz I think we'll leave alone for now. I would like to trade it to them, but I think it might be better to keep it in order to be able to travel through it and still heal up. We still have the Desolation of Nagash, which we may or may not ignore, and then Spite Peak, and then lots and lots more Skaven. That last Skaven battle was so good, I'm hoping for another fun one. Anyway, let's continue. Elena's good. Dringo Karaz, we're obviously not leveling, and same with Misty Mountain. Here, Granty Mingol, we're going to delete the War Hall, because we're going to replace it at Stormhenge, and... I think for now we'll keep that as it is. Gorgazan, you are fine as you are, and you are still in Rebuild Lost Splendor, so the rest of you are fine. And we may... let's see here. You are losing a little bit of growth. If we leave this territory, I think we may want to actually take Sunken Kernark and the Floating Village and then grab Morgheim from the ogres. This way we'll have a sort of interior territory, and it'll be in the Badlands, whereas the mountains, which are obviously yellow territory, won't be needed to dealt with. Any Diplo we can do, doesn't look like it. Oh, other than the peace with Clan Moors, but, well, Clan Rictus is nearby, and I doubt Moors will stop at attacking us, so let's do that. And, we should probably try to recruit that, that noble, or at the very least, that life mage. And granted, we have plenty of casting to be getting on with. Hey, there we go, Cut the Sigmar destroyed, go figure, right? Enemy hero action success chance, yeah, this is what we want. Go to you. Mage and life and protective. The one that has free glittering, well not free, but glittering robe and transmutation of lead. Those ain't bad, even if the mages are costly, and hey, I got superior mages as well. Bet that didn't increase the recruit rank, because that would have been even more swell. I'm still very tempted by crushing, but I think at another 200 gold per turn, it's a little bit on the iffier side. Certainly have to think about that one. Anyway, Eltharion, I think we... Oh, it's gonna take a long time to get here. 1 and then, what, 2, 3 turns just to get to Desolation of Nagash. But we can't leave them there either. Damn you, rats. Alright, well, if we don't have a choice, we don't have a choice. Start moving to the Desolation of Nagash. I guess it'll take a couple turns, then loop back around to Spikebeak. By then, I fear the Dringo Karaz will fall, so I think in that light, what we'll want to do is... wait, Rebellion? I don't see a Rebellion in Misty Mountain. Oh, it's in Karakazgal still. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Can we, by trading you Dringo Karaz, acquire military access? We can. Not a lot of money for it, but non-aggression pact and military access, and then hopefully by trading the Misty Mountain, we can grab Morgheim from them, and then everything will be nice. Give us a little bit more cash. Like so, there we go. Now Clan Moors would have to attack the ogres in order to do this. Granted, this is gonna piss off a lot of other factions, but I think this is the right move, or at least I hope that it is. Elena, go briefly to the Sunken Kernark and colonize it, and then we'll do the same thing at Floating Village. Don't collect income yet, and build it up. Ugh, 950 for the hamlet. But at least it's not a yellow territory, so still better. And then Granti Mingol, here we can... I was gonna say build a salt, but no, still go for the Elven Craftsman for the additional money per turn. 6 more turns until we get the Citadel as well, so possibly Swords Masters of Hoeth. And I believe we're good now. Alright, let's see. Ironbrow's Expedition, who are at war with the Lizards and with Court of Libaras. Now we're not gonna get friendly with you. And that seems like a bad idea when we're only using 1 army in this campaign. And how does Arcan feel about us? They don't seem to care about the ogres. Okay, so these guys will hopefully fight amongst themselves and just ignore us. We'll just need to make sure that we quickly try to build up a defense at Gorgazan in case they come a-calling. Alright, everything else is good. And skip, damage building and turn. And let's head to that Desolation. I do have to wonder whether the AI is programmed to attempt to retake the former capital, as in if they will try to book it specifically towards Misty Mountain, because if that's the case, we will have to watch out for that. Alright, Eltharion, you're a good supervisor. Can't reach this place, unfortunately, but what can you do? Go into channeling stance, max yourself out, and then we'll reach the Desolation next turn, like so. Oh. Upkeep protection for Dragon Princes. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it is a good idea to move this way, because if we can unlock them, we'll actually... Yeah, I forgot that the High Elves can get useful stuff out of the stuff here. This was the right decision. And informed by us having to fight so many Skaven. No, would you look at that, a little rebel location. Oh, that revived the Red Fangs. Huh, that's actually not as great. And what the heck? Mengil Manhide, you're going to be annoying, I see. We have to destroy you. Alright, Elena, go right up to Mengil. Hopefully he doesn't get like a full stack by next turn, as that would be irritating. And let's move you, Sophiridrin. And we'll also want to upgrade Gorgazan first. Yeah, I know we want to upgrade Death Gorge as well, but Gorgazan needs defenses, and thus we have to prioritize it. Ugh, despite the expense. Keep an eye on those nobles. Then we still have Crushing and Dangerous, both of which are good, but we will be ignoring at the current time. Not so much ignoring the Elven Artisan here. Remnants of Battle and Remnants of Battle. I may actually want to send Elena to grab those. I think she has enough units in her army to be able to take care of them. Anyway, that looks good to me. There's nothing else to do Diplo-wise, so we're gonna skip. And wait. Are you willing to trade Misty Mountain? How much is it worth to you? Oh! Huh. We can't trade Misty Mountain to you. Why? Oh, it's because you no longer own Karakazgal, damn. Oh, well that's unfortunate. We may have to loop back around this way. Not a big deal, mind you, but still something to consider. At the end of the day, if we really wanted to, we could trade it to the lizards anyway. And turn. Alright, and to the Desolation we go. Somehow I doubt that it's full of actual enemies. We'll also probably want to destroy the Red Fangs before they get going, because they will attack us pretty much inevitably. Especially as we're keeping our faction, well, let's say, deliberately weak. Eltharion to the Desolation, please. And just can stay in your current formation. And it's empty. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That was a waste of time. Damn. I thought that it would be full of Skaven. What were the odds that it's empty? I don't think it's worth wasting our time colonizing it then. I mean, it is Badlands, though. Huh. Interesting, wait. Colonize. I mean, if we go for Bitter Bay anyway, and we may want to grab Nagashazar, I'm not sure that we could take it with Eltharion's current force. It really depends on what the garrison is like, but if it's as hyper-elite as it normally is, it seems unlikely. That said, could be potential for a pretty darn epic fight. Yeah, Karakazgal is going to be an issue. Mengil Manhide is moving away, and... Oh, we could attack him. I have to wonder... Wait, do we have any military access with Khemri? Yeah, we do. Oh, he might run too far. And then if we're at war, that'll be not so great, but I think we have not much of a choice. Anyway, you follow Eltharion, you attack this so that they don't take our relatively undefended territories. Should be auto-resolvable. If we can catch you. Oh. Really? We would lose? Okay, I'm gonna manually fight this super quick. Not to worry, we'll have some big battles this time around if last time around was any indication. Especially if we can make it to Nagashazar. I guess the biggest issue with Nagashazar is the fact that the little winding path leading up to it, it just takes an extra like one or, well, probably 2 turns to actually get there, which is a vast annoyance. Anyway, let's do this. We will also send 1 unit of... yeah, you know what, let's do that. 1 and 1. Alright, and like so, you guys separate yourselves a little bit, and then I want 1 unit of rangers like this, 1 unit of rangers like this. Elena, turn off your range capabilities and fight in the center. You guys are going to be main formation. Charge the enemy directly. You guys are going to be side formation 1, and you're going to be side formation 2. To deal with the enemy cav, and to loop around, hit the enemy in the back, start battle attack, and go, go, go. I forgot to turn you into melee. Go, go, go like that. Move. And move. Oh, we also have the Warden's Cage. I kind of forgot. You are a what? Oh, you're just a Dark Rider. I thought you were a Cold One Knight. Okay, no, you're fine. Shouldn't be a concern. Alright, Rangers, get ready to charge those damn artillery pieces before they do too much damage to you. And speed it up a little bit. Alright, away we go. You are going to get engaged with those Blackheart Corsairs. You are going to help out against them. Rangers, get ready to loop around. Engage with the Dark Riders. Move through the battle line. Yes, go hit those shades in the side and the back. Alright, good. You guys get ready to charge the shades and the artillery. Actually, you can engage the shades while the rest of them move. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, go, 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 Rangers. It's all you. Enemies are having a tough time getting through all this. That's exactly what we want. Alright, and you engage. You Rangers after those shades. You Rangers after the enemy lord. And you Rangers maybe hit the enemy in the back here. In fact, no, you enemies... Alright, looking good. This unit of spears is kind of in a bad way, but that was before the Rangers got there. Maybe back them off a little bit and trade them for these units. Maybe we should head for the enemy lord as well, but once these Black Ark Corsairs are dealt with. Enemy shades are doing damage, but, well, that's nothing new. Alright, anything else? We're looking okay. Rangers charge and spears charge. I'll watch a little bit of the fight here. These are great weapon shades. No wonder they were doing a lot of melee damage. That said, they probably shouldn't be as buffed as as they would normally be with the Lord. That probably gave them, well, more buffs and higher levels. But yeah, the Dark Elves are generally a lot better in especially early game melee than the High Elves are, so have to have a healthy respect for their capabilities in this regard. Alrighty, you spears hit the enemy in the back. Everything else is fine. Yeah, they're taking a long time to rout. And look at that, the shades with great swords are losing to the Rangers here, which is kind of interesting to see, but also not surprising. One, ours have more buffs, and two, the great weapon shades are glass cannon sort of units. A and B lack armor, whereas they have armor piercing and we lack armor as well, so it's just wasted. Alright, and gotta kill Mingo Manhide here. Rangers, chase down the shades, please. And in fact, yeah, you should all chase down the shades, there's a lot of you. Alright, bolt throwers are done for. This unit of Black Ark Corsairs is pretty much done for as well. Anybody else need help? How did you guys allow these shades to disengage? What are you doing? Certainly not the battle I was expecting, but hey, can't complain. At least the Dark Elves are actually giving something of a fight, though by the looks of it not for much longer. And I'm going to use the Warden's Cage on you shortly. You shouldn't be able to escape from the princess unless I'm mistaken. Rangers, go after these guys. Alright, and there, I believe, is the chain. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the enemy lord and use the cage when necessary. Right before he dies, I mean. Alright, don't tell me that the enemy shades can run faster. They can run exactly as fast. Damn. We'll need to try to catch him if we can. Come on, come on, come on. Also gotta keep an eye on that lord. Why must they all be so fast? And man, our Rangers and other units have a bunch of upgrades to make them run faster. And yet still, so difficult to catch. That's why we needed those war lines and stuff everywhere else. Alright, how's this enemy lord looking? Are you armored, by the way? 90 armor. Okay, well that kind of explains some things. I need a few more Rangers to help out with that. Alas, I fear we're not going to catch that unit. And I want to speed it up in case the lord suddenly dies. We need to be able to do enough damage to him in order to use the cage at the right moment, because the cage has failed too many times. It's a little too short or a little bit too... wait. You have how much HP? 788. Okay, so you can take one more hit from the princess, and then we can use the cage. Just gotta keep an eye on his HP. I know this is annoying, and this is why I usually do this off screen. 725 and 442. Alright, I think it's cage time. Alright, spears, move away, and just use the Rangers to do the damage together with the princess. Spears are kind of in the way, they don't do damage. Alright, hopefully that does not fail. 40 HP, yeah, looks good. 11 seconds, yes. Alright, and I believe we're good. There is a tiny unit of Black Ark Corsairs here, which is probably not taking damage due to the spears surrounding it. Come on now. We'll have to let the Rangers get the killing. I guess the princess can help out. It's so bizarre that our second lord is a princess, considering it's a ranged lord. But if it works, it works. There we go, got a free lord captured. Though alas, we won't be able to, you know, well, what was that thing? When we release a lord and can steal their income. We should try to do that to Clan Moors, though. Not with Queek himself, mind you. He can sit in his cage. Yeah, another Talisman Eloic. We will Probably not need to replenish this. Go for the ransom captives, a little bit of influence, a little bit of money. You're gonna run how far? Oh, too far, I think. Nope, not too far. Fantastic. Prisoner captured. Talisman of Loic. Destroy this little army. And auto-resolve. And it looks like that military access with Camry came in handy after all. Beautiful. Alright, beautiful. Alright, Mengel's Manflayer is destroyed. You can march, dance, and return to our territory, and then hopefully up to Floating Village. And before the enemy do anything, I still can't believe Desolation of Nagash was empty, but oh well. Alright, let's see what we got in terms of money and stuff needing to be built. Desolation. Well, if we're keeping it, which I'm still not 100% sure of, but I guess we'll build the thing there. Who knows, maybe Imric is here. Man, it would have been great to actually confed Imric. Maybe I should have tried to rush Imric with our own territories in order to see if we couldn't confed him. Not that I was going to intend to use a dragon or anything. Rogue army prisoner gives Diplo relations +5 with all factions? Wow, I did not know that. That's very interesting. And oh! Huh. But they aren't... Oh, no, he disappeared instantly. Damn, I should have... Oh, damn, yeah, that's my bad. He disappeared because we destroyed the faction. I keep forgetting about that. Why would the destruction of his faction make him disappear from the prison? I think that shouldn't be a thing. They should stay in there for as long as you want, right? Anyway, unassigned skill points, buildings, and turn. Let's get on over to Nagashazar. Scrag the Slaughterer, you want an alliance of some sort, I'm sure. Indeed you do. Counter-offer. It's not worth that much to you yet, but you're gonna get friendlier and friendlier, and we want Morgheim. Hopefully... Ah, wait. Morgheim is very cheap. Okay, we're not giving you 6k for it, but we're nearly there. Nearly there. Yeah, alright. And we can get Morgheim from them. They don't really care about it. And we just need to make sure that we give them another territory that we don't want ourselves, which will be that Misty Mountain. We just need to make them retake Carrick Asgal. And at the same time, I guess we need to prevent Misty Mountain from... Oh, damn! They've taken the Crooked Fang for... Oh, come on! Well, at the very least, we can sell it to them again. This is interesting. I really wanted to go to Nagashazar, but I guess it can wait. I think we can loop around like this, go through Sumpit, Bone Gulch, Bitterbay, back around to Nagashazar. We can't leave these guys to get a full stack up and running. Sorry, Eltharion. This is not what I was envisioning. Watch Desolation of Nagash and get attacked by Skaven stacks, but if it happens, it happens. Not a big deal. War declared between the Oracles of Tzeentch and the Last Defenders. Okay, well, it's happening on our borders, kinda, but can ignore it for now. Get a little bit more cash out of the Elven Fairground, and 3 more turns until the upgrade. Though we wouldn't be able to afford it right now, anyway. Everything else is fine. Elena, you are going up this way. Oh. I was gonna say, hopefully not in attrition territory, but everything's kind of attrition-y here. Can't really avoid the attrition, can we? Alright, fine. Go in and camp well... Wait. I thought the roads were supposed to be non-attrition-y. I guess I'm wrong. Alright, fine. Go in and camp. Start slowly traveling until you can nearly reach Death Gorge. Then we'll send Sephirodron to keep an eye on what's going on with the Red Fangs. Alright, there's nobody at Carrick Asgal, so in fact, Elena might be able to take it. I imagine Dringo Karez is about to fall as well, but not to worry. Eltharion is a-comin'. Alright. Then, I believe we're good again, yes? How many more settlements do we need for that victory? We got 10 more to go. Alright, nearly there. And skip, bend, and turn. It would be fantastic if the Red Fang's army ran right into us here somewhere. Also, hopefully the Skaven heroes fail at doing whatever they're trying to do to Eltharion's army, whether it be assassinating a hero or blocking the army. That would actually be much more annoying. Alright, what do we have here? Carry out... yeah, well, we're not going to go after him to assassinate him. Well, let's move you up here and see what we can see. Sephirodron And aha! There's a full Skaven stack nearby. Well, that's just lovely. And a full... well... wouldn't quite call that a stack, but oh my huh! Now that's real interesting. Okay, so it feels like the Skaven probably built this army specifically to combat the fact that we have no real answer to it. Fascinating. I mean, the AI is supposed to react and build stuff in order to combat what you do, so it does make sense. I'm gonna hope that you can cross the river into Floating Village right now. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, damn. Didn't work. Oh well. Not a big deal. Even if it is very slightly annoying. Misty Mountain still to be traded, and we need that to happen soon, because it will also rebel soon. Also, you guys do not like the treaties with Camry. How do you feel about the treaties with Camry? You don't care. No reaction at all. Which ain't a bad thing. Alrighty, and I believe we're good again, unless there's Diplo to do, but I have my doubts. Disciples of the Maw... Guess they no longer want... oh wait, they want a defensive alliance, not a military alliance. Alright, that's fine. Skip and turn. Chase down that Ronin. And where did you go? Damn. Hopefully he's not trying to bypass these territories to hit us elsewhere. No, there he is. Oh, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to go around to... to the Desolation of Nagash. Oh, if we can cancel it, maybe I'll cancel it and abandon it. Lightathilmar armor, and oh, of course it finished now. It's only a little bit. Alright, imminent rebellion in Misty Mountain, yes. How do we do this? We can't reach Ronin. Alright, I think we'll abandon Desolation of Nagash for now. Then we'll grab Krad Tommen. Oh wait, that won't help us right now, will it? Okay, well, either way, it doesn't change the fact that you need to head to Floating Village, so that's where ye shall go. And grab that. We could go for Dringo Karaz. You know what? We're gonna go for Dringo Karaz. And then quick little auto-resolve. In fact, what we'll do is we'll ask you to join war against the Red Fangs, 4.4, and give us Morgheim, 1.6, and then payments. Lovely. Was really not expecting to get into friendly relations with the ogres, but it looks like they're having not the best time against the Crooked Moon, which is fine as well, since Eltharion wants to kill greenskins. It works for me. Head out to Dringo Karaz, we'll retake it, and hopefully intercept Ronin as he heads down to Desolation. Auto-resolve. Yeah, this is garbage. Alright, too bad we had to loop back around this way, but, you know, needs must. Oh, we can get the Warden supplies from here. Or do we want to trade it? No, I think we'll occupy it for now. I know it's a greenskin territory, so we should in theory raise it, but I still think it might be worth our time not to do that. Sephirodrin, keep an eye on everything. Hopefully you don't get assassinated. And we shall see. And we got a new tech, though I think all of these are gonna be useless. Shadow Warriors, Eltharion Reavers, and missiles. I think here that'll be useful. Silver Helms, Chariots, Eltharion Reavers, Lothern Seaguard. Hey, upkeep for spears. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Upkeep for spears. In 16 turns, if we ever manage to reach that. 'Tis a fair distance away, after all. Alrighty, skip the rest of that, including the Imminent Rebellion and Misty Mountain, or we trade it to the Lizards. How much is it worth to you, Lizards? 19.2? Not much. Not much. We could do the non-aggression pact and stuff with them. Kairos won't like it. And, oh, Camry doesn't like the Lizards. Oh, that's a problem as well. I take it we can't trade Misty Mountain to these Tomb Kings.
Do not let my death mask
we can trade it to these Tomb Kings. Huh, how much would you pay it for us? Alright, about the same, but Camry won't get pissed off. Alright, that's what we'll do. We'll trade it to the Tomb Kings, and if it dies, it dies.
Indeed.
And frankly, if this gets them into a war with the, with Clan Moors, that also works for us. We're not trying to hold these territories after all. Alright, and that worked out. And then the turn, let's see if we can intercept Ronin while he tries to jump southward. And we cannot. The question is... oh, he's no longer going southward because I guess he realizes that we abandoned the place. Alright, that's fine. Confederation Western Provinces and Burning Nomads, Right of Awakening for the Last Defenders. Let's take Crooked Fang Fort, like so. Ronan, I think, can't reach Ringo Karaz. Auto resolve. Damn it. I would say damn it because it would have been nice to... Ludden Occupy? Yeah, Ludden Occupy. Would have been nice to intercept or fight, but it's okay. You, go to the floating village. We still have 20k, just gotta be careful with it. And there we go. Now this entire province is ours, which means we go to rebuild Lost Splendor. And hey, we maintain control of 3 provinces. Swell. And Elena's got a Great Eagle. Morgheim, your main settlement, will build you up, and I guess the hamlet as well, and we'll need to immediately build homesteads and elven craftsmen. You still seem okay with us. Gorgazan, you're gonna need defenses, despite the expense, and we're going to get that Elven Fairground as all the money is coming from you. We need to spend 9,000 to upgrade the Citadel, but I think we'll wait until the Invocation of Assyrian is up, or possibly until we somehow get a little bit more cash, which we may be able to do. Sephirodrin, I was gonna have you join this army. Maybe we send the Scions of Mathland to join Elena's army, just to have like a ringer, like a main unit in there. And I know they provide the aura to the Silverian Guard, but they don't have that Yvresse shield that all of these units do, and it bothers me. Alright, that's probably what we'll do. Alrighty, alright, let's end the turn. I'm just gonna assume that they can't hit Dringo Karaz right now. Ronan, I mean. Oh, actually he can. But what will he do? If he raises it, Eltharion will take it, and actually it doesn't matter. Yeah, fine. Go for it if you want to. We don't care. And if Elena can actually reach Crooked Fang Fort, or wait, not Crooked Fang Fort, Kirak Asgal, that'd be great. Okay, Ronan did not go for Dringo Karaz, not quite what I was expecting. Is gonna move this way. Perhaps to try to get to Morgheim, or to protect Valea's Sorrow, wherein they have a bigger set of units. Sword of Cain claimed for Lariel. You cannot reach Kirak Asgal, but that's not a big deal. Go right here and march stance to the road. Leave Floating Village, and you'll have to return to Death Gorge because of the negative public order thereafter. Oh! You can reach Ronan. Oh, fantastic. This is the fight I want. I mean, I guess we could delete the Scions of Mathlan.
By the White Tower.
And put Sephirodrin in there. Alright, fine. We'll delete them. We'll bring them back. We'll bring them back and put them into Elena's army. And it's just right now, we can't get these 2 armies to touch, as it were. Unless... Do we have anybody? We can briefly summon Melindarai. It's gonna cost us a few turns, but not a big deal, I think. Alright, fine. Melindarai, you're going to join the... wait. I just want to see if there's something crazy here in terms of the 60 pointers. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, Administrator's not bad, but it's not worth it in vanilla. Slovenly for you. Okay, that gives us 1,000 gold back. Then, I would like you to... trade the Scions. Okay, I hope I don't screw this up. Don't screw me on this game. Go here. Trade the Scions of Mathland to Melindarai. This will... yeah, okay, you're still there. Then we'll move you in here. Scouting.
I sense items of power.
Then Eltharion will attack. Fantastic. I guess we should level for this. I don't think that we necessarily would need to, but who knows. And Deadly Onslaught for you. Your armor is okay. I think we'll go for Valor of Ages. And, well, we're building out Eltharion to be a crazy fighter after all. Let's get him Speed of Assyrian for that little bit of bonus melee defense. And I've been wanting Ward of Loek, so let's get that. Missile resistance is necessary. Henry Cavill. You can have Foe Seeker, make you more fighty, and Blade Shield. And then the Noble. You already have Deadly Onslaught and Knowledge of Lizard Affairs, and oh. Wait, you both have replenished troops? No, you have Scouting, okay. Well, you can have... we could do Woundmaker, we could do... you know, let's do Valor of Ages, and then Woundmaker as well. There we go. Hitting nice and hard. Also, while we're at it... we had a few additional items drop. Anything that we don't really care about. Talisman of Loek, Not a big deal, I think. Tormentor Sword is, yes, a big deal. Foe, Bane, and Berserker Sword fuse into a Forbidden Rod, very nice. Talisman of Loic, I think we can fuse you as well. Into a Fencer's Blades, very nice. I don't particularly care about Feluriath's Robe, but I think we'll give it to our mage. Tormentor Sword, Pigeon Plucker Pendant, Radiant Gem of Hoeth is great. The rest I think we will keep as it is. Alright, and the way that we're going to assign them is thusly. Okay, Fencer's Blades, what do you have? You have the White Sword, and you have the Sword of Strife. You have a low melee attack, Mr. Noble, at least compared to Henry Cavill. Alright, so we'll give you, rather than the White Sword, the Fencer's Blades. There we go, buff you up a little bit. Sephirodrin, you can have the Forbidden Rod, obviously the spell resistance off the Obsidian Lodestone, and then Feluriath's Robe, giving you physical resistance, massive increase. And I guess we can give you the Tormentor Sword in order to debuff enemies that are near you, rather than wasting it on one of our main lords, main heroes, whatever. Light Sword is now no longer useful for any of you. And I guess we're good to go. Let's see how those piles of Plague Claws do. Close victory, but it'll fully depend on whether we're able to deal with these guys before they rip us apart. It'll have to be on the Eltharion Faith Bearers and the Fast Movers. Here we go. Alrighty, kind of starting to like those elven horns that go before the battle. Anyway, here we go. It's a bold strategy from the Skaven trying to counter our army with the massive pile of Plague Claw catapults. Let's see if it works out for them. Also, you gotta love Stormwing's wings. They're just very nice. I wish we had a whole army themed sort of to look in a similar way, just so everybody can be nice and matchy. Not that I have anything against the Yvresse color scheme, mind you. At the very least, we are matchy in the sense that we have all of our Yvresse symbols on the shielding of pretty much every unit. Anyway, here we go. We are going to start this off by moving Eltharion and the Noble Fenrir in by themselves, while the Mist Stalkers stalking away are going to move towards the enemy army. Of course, the enemy can't see them, and we're keeping the Silverin Guard back, at least where they cannot be hit by the catapults, until the stalking units and the fast movers are well and properly engaged. Unfortunately, fighting the Skaven, like every single battle against them so far, is a little bit of an annoyance for Eltharion and co, as those howling warp gales always stop them in their tracks, but fortunately for us, not for too long. Here come Rahagra's Pride charging directly at the enemy catapults, and well, this is not going to be enough, in the sense that we don't have enough fast movers to stop all the catapults from firing. Hopefully we can kill off enough of them fast enough to simply switch to another unit. The Fireborn are coming in as well. Really starting to miss the Lance formation from the Bretonnian campaign, but oh well. All good, and they should have no problem ripping apart as many of these catapults as they can as well. Looks like 1, 2, 3, well actually 2 are still able to fire. Eltharion is distracting this one, the Noble is distracting the enemy Grey Seer, and our Eltharion Faith Bearers have arrived to rip clan rats apart. This they should win without any trouble at all. These aren't storm vermin after all, and we don't need armor piercing to deal with them, so the Eltharion units should be very adept at ripping those poor units apart. Alrighty, very nice, very nice. And you know what, I like the fact that their shields are red, because we tend to use these guys as the killers, the damage dealers, the aggressive units of the army. The anvil, or the hammer rather, to the Silverin Guard's hammer, so it makes sense that their shields are red. It's appropriate. Silverin Guard are fast walking to join the fray as well. We have the cage coming down on the enemy, but the enemy charges us with a chieftain and unfortunately knocks us away. I'm not sure we'll be able to achieve it, but we'll see. On the bright side, it looks like most of the enemy enemy catapults have been disabled by the Fireborn and Rahagra's Pride, and with their catapults gone, our Silveran Guard are able to approach without taking any further damage. And the cage just ended with this guy at 95 HP. Of course it did. Well, it's not the first time, and, well, it probably won't be the last. Let's face it. Switching to the Chieftain now as Stormwing and Eltharion and Fenrir and his eagle friend start beating the Rat Ogre down, and the Silveran Guard, our anvil, arrives a little bit late to the battle. Not that apparently we needed them here. Alright. And it looks like the Skaven don't really know where to run at this point. And the battle will be ours. In fact, it is ours right as the Silveran Guard get here. So it looks like we were able to win this one without the need for most of the army, and the Athel Tamara units alone, together with the fast movers, well, just all the fast movers, 8 units. 8 units took the enemy army out without the need for the other 12. Lovely. Lovely indeed. We're gonna chase him up, but obviously we can do it off screen. Alright, well, on the bright side, the plan to destroy the artillery before they could rip our forces apart worked out quite well, thanks to the stock of the Athel Tamara Faithbearers and the prowess of our 2 unit of fast movers units. Rather, on the less so bright side, I keep miscalculating the damn cage, and the enemies keep surviving with like 100 HP left over, and that time was with Spirit Leech on them as well, but oh well, it's okay, not a big deal. We are going to... We're not in our own territory, so in theory, healing would be nice, but also money. And we needed to upgrade Galbaraz. Alright, causes fear, causes terror, great enemy killed in battle, Ronan. Hey, more income for post-battle loot. Now, Eltharion, I was going to send you... Spite Peak or Valea's Sorrow and 8 Peaks. 8 Peaks might have some nice defenders in it. But we know that this is all full of Skaven as well. Hard to say. And definitely hard to say. I'm gonna say Valea's Sorrow and 8 Peaks. First off, Black Crag is also full of Skaven, isn't it? Is it? Or is it a ruin? Huh, wait, there's actually no Skaven corruption here. I don't know. Our clan wars at war with... No, they're friendly with these guys. Then why would it be a ruin at Black Crag? Then I guess there was a ruin at Desolation of Nagash. Okay, I have no idea. To Valea's Sorrow, I guess. Well, let's hope that this one works. And, oh, while Crooked Fang Fort is ours, we can actually heal here. Fantastic. And then, of course, we'll trade it back again to the ogres. And maybe even keep them alive, who knows. As difficult as that may be. More importantly, we got Galbaraz coming again, so Citadel at 9,000 gold, but let's say it should be worth it. Here we will be able to next turn upgrade our Grand Repository to unlock Swords Masters of Hoeth, and at least get a couple of them in there. And maybe another Lore Master if we can get a good one. And, this will only unlock the tier 4 of the Athel Tamarha, or whatever this building is called, Mistwalker's Keep, and we don't really care about either the Skyhawks or about the Sentinels of Astaril because they're range units. It's the Knights of Torgaval that we care about, but I fear that we won't be able to reach them. It'll take like another 50 turns to grow this place. On the bright side, though, if we wanted to, we could get the Farrier, we could get more money. Yeah, we certainly have choices. Don't think about it. Alright, you will probably need public order for a little while now. Do we not have a... Oh, we don't have a public order thing. Man, I keep getting confused between the different commandments in SFO versus the different commandments in vanilla. Oh well. It's okay, we can send somebody there to deal with the public order a little bit, or maybe we build a public order building so we just don't have to deal with it anymore, as it would otherwise be annoying. Okay, let's skip the rest of this, and end the turn, and see about Valea's Sorrow and whatever else we can find out here. Crag the Slaughterer, you want us to pencil lines? Yeah, no, I heard you, bud, I heard you. I just don't think you're having a good enough time for us to get into it with another few factions while we're busy with the Skaven. Oh, don't tell me that's a Plague Engineer. Or whatever they're called, plague priests. Special plague priest. I don't want to be dealing with a plague. No, it's a doom engineer. Alright. Valle's Sorrow looks reachable to me, so Eltharion, away you go. Let's see if anybody's there. And then on to 8 Peaks. What do we have here? Nothing. We got nothing here. We can loot and occupy, and oh, this doesn't count. Oh, it's not orc territory, so we don't get the free supplies, but oh well. Sackett might not allow us to move back into it, so I think we'll loot and occupy. We're not going to hold on to the place. Oh, we have a colonnade here. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, you, Elena, I would like you to go into Lilith's Blessing and then head to Karakazgal, and then begin sieging it. You won't be able to attack it immediately, but that's okay. The enemy doesn't have enough forces for you to be concerned with, and you should be able to destroy them and then trade the settlement back to the ogres right after. Melindarai, you're going to march stance out of here and follow southward. I was going to hope to ignore attrition, so we'll go this way. And then help Elena out here and then trade her the Scions of Mathlan. Alright, how's everybody else around us? They're still okay. These two will probably get into a fight, but we're looking reasonably safe. Let's upgrade the Royal Garrison here just in case. Ugh, the expense though. Could we wait? Could we fund this by giving the ogres the Crooked Fang Fort? We could, but then... no, actually it won't matter. Alright, let's see. Ogres. Crooked Fang Fort. 9.7? Oh, not as much as I'd like. But it will fund that defensive settlement. Fine. There you go. And if it dies again, well, then it dies again. And, oh, you guys have taken Kradtanen. Maybe we will give Karakazgal to these guys, then. Oh, I don't want them to take Desolation of Nagash, though. That would be less fortunate. We'll see. Hold on to the rest of this, then. Alrighty, and I believe we're ready to go for the end turn, minus the fact that we just got enough money to fund the building of this. Beautiful. Alright, away we go. Skip, 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 and turn, and to Carrick 8 Peaks, and hopefully a proper enemy defense. Will the Red Fangs sally out? No. Clan Rictus will declare war, yeah? Okay. Ogres allied was the right decision. The Skaven are all... let's say miffed. Peeved about us destroying clan wars, though it's surprising a little bit in the sense that, well, you would expect the Skaven not to really help each other out.
It shall be done.
Unless ordered to by the council. Anyway, Eltharion to Carrick 8 Peaks, please, and you can, by the looks of it, well, go out here. Wait, here? Switch stances for Lilith's Blessing. Power up our spellcaster just a little bit, and head to Carrick 8 Peaks. Let's see what we got. And yes, we got, they've got all of the Regiments of Renown back with the addition of the Wheels of Doom. Certainly a better pile of Regiments of Renown. And pretty much all of them, at least all the important ones. Missing the Rat Ogres and the Council Guard. But similar to the type that we had in Queek's army. Fascinating. This is going to be a fight. And how much is this worth from sacking? 12k. That's what I like to see. Also, Elena, can you... you can just auto-resolve this. We don't need to fight this garbage, obviously. Auto-resolve. And occupy. Loot and occupy. 700 money. We're going to trade it away. It won't matter. Loot and occupy. There we go. Red Fang's destroyed. Melindarai. Trade to Elena. Trade to Elena the spears and then delete yourself. And we're up to 707. Positive income per turn. Shocking, isn't it? Now what we want to do is try to get the Court of Libaros and the Ogres friendly with us. We can essentially surround ourselves with allies. It'll allow us to prosecute our wars against the Skaven and then later on the Crooked Moon, who are absolutely wrecking the Ogres right now. If we could get these guys to fight the Crooked Moon, then that would work. Wow, this actually has turned into a really interesting campaign later than I was expecting. I mean, it was interesting from the start, but you know what I mean. And, oh wow, Resilient. Damn, you're a toughie, ain't ya? This would be really great if you're on your Eagle. These guys are only 194 per turn, it's not that bad. Tempted to get another one for Elena as a second army. Resilient is really strong. I forgot, what does the noble that we currently have?
Vengeance for Moranian.
Oh, right, you have Practiced, which is buffing rangers and spears. We could actually trade you to Elena, potentially. Alright, but before we had that that nice one that was giving bonuses to charge and stuff. They're both nice. Oh, and perfect vigor on you. Alright, no, I'm not gonna summon them. They're good, but I keep seeing them and thinking we should, but at the same time, we don't want to waste the money. Oggrel Migdal, 4.5k, but yeah, fine, we're making money. Now let's upgrade you and make more money out of another one of these Elven Artisans. Just gotta be a little bit careful. Southern Badlands, also in negative control, alas, but not much we can do about that. Morgheim, let's build you up, and I think here we'll start with the Plaza for the control. Just gotta make sure that the place doesn't get destroyed by the Skaven. Alright, and then Dringo Karaz will trade to the Ogres. I'm just keeping this for now in case there needs to be a swap of some sort. Alright, anyway, it looks like we're ready to go, Eltharion. Let's get you your point assigned. I think... don't really care about Warden of Hoeth, as it hasn't really... we haven't really taken all that much in the way of magical damage. Charge, we're already at 120. Seems kind of insignificant, and our speed's already 135. Arcane Conduit is something... funnily enough, I was thinking, wait, do we have a sacking bonus? Because we keep sacking places. No. I guess the elves don't have one. Damn, that would have been nice. Oh, we have Elven Scholar down here, which is nice, but none of this, I think, is all that worth our time. I mean, Renowned and Feared ain't bad, but I think I'd rather have more battle prowess for Eltharion. Mostly because this line doesn't really do much for us. I mean, I guess wary against the Skaven, potentially, but honestly, being ambushed by the Skaven when you're an all-melee army is a good thing. You want to get ambushed. So, not necessarily. These are relatively useless to us. And we do cast Apotheosis periodic. Let's get a point in Apotheosis. Yeah, and then I'll think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we want to put points into this slide, we'll have to ignore everything here. I'm not sure that we do. Alright, well, either way. Let's get you the rest of your points, and let's attack. Blade Shield for you. Blade Master for you. Similar. And then you, more importantly, Awakening of the Wood, Life Bloom, and Earth Blood. Beautiful. Gotta get that Life Bloom in there. The Arcade Peaks. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. I am very excited for this as we storm the walls with our blades. No range to rely upon, no artillery to knock those walls and gates and towers down. Only good old-fashioned, glorious melee combat. And of course the enemy has, what was it, 6 regiments of renown? Something along those lines, and very elite ones at that we'll have to contend with. And on top of that, once again, that damn Howling Warpgale. I really do wish that they would recode Howling Warpgale very slightly to not cancel the orders of your units, because as soon as Howling Warpgale ends, your units just sort of sit there and don't do anything, rather than returning to the order that they were previously given, which is a little bit annoying, because you have to pay close attention to the exact time that Howling Warpgale ends. Not a big deal, mind you. But I feel like it wouldn't be a difficult change. Anyway, the way that we're going to do this is our Athel Tamarha Faithbearers are approaching the walls. Obviously, they were able to approach about 90% of the way with the stock up and thus hidden from the enemy artillery and towers. They're still going to take plenty of damage now that they're in range invisible, but they should be healthy enough to reach the walls and hopefully take them with blades. Up here we have managed to get rid of Natty Bubo's sharpshooters, the enemy regiment of renown of Warplug Jezzails, with a little bit of help from the enemy avalanche mortars. Once again, the scariest regiment of renown and that the Skaven possess, and honestly one of the scariest units in the game just by the sheer amount of infantry that this thing alone can obliterate. We're obviously going to charge it directly with the noble and try to knock it out before it kills off all of our infantry, because it is very much capable of doing so if we let it. We have the enemy gates being worked on by the Fireborn, and in fact they have managed to knock them down, and we'll start working on the rats there while the Silveran Guard get ready to move in. In the meantime, we have arrived on top of the walls where the enemies hold with clan rats, and we got a Plague Priest and Storm Vermin. Well, they're going to be holding the walls with plenty, but this is what it's all about. Well, this is how you're supposed to clear walls. Athel Tamara Faithbearers, let's see how long it takes you and whether you survive. As to, it will depend on how many units enemies send up here, and whether we can knock out their catapults and stuff. Oh, and it looks like they're sending in the sensor bearers up here as well. This is, I think, a pretty darn good move. The Blight Scabs... Blight Scab's Plague Pack are pretty darn effective, and they should be able to deal decent damage to the Athel Tamara Faithbearers as well. Alrighty. We do have more units climbing up the walls, but there is obviously a limit to what we can do there, as the... there's only so many units that can hold their position up there. Looks like the enemy sent its Doom Wheel, its Regiment of Renown, to deal with Eltharion, but that was an awful idea, as Eltharion simply ripped it apart. He hits pretty darn hard when his Deadly Onslaught is up at 859, and if he uses his other effects, I think he hits for over 1,000 damage per hit. On the bright side again, one of our Athel Tamara units has been able to get off the walls and has joined the fray, starting to attack the enemy Warlock Engineer as well as whatever units are blocking off the gate. The Fireborn are now done, well, not completely, but they're going to back off and allow Silveran Guard to stream into the settlement through the gate, simply as more of them can hit the enemy at the same time. Obviously, the mass of the horses prevents too many of them from making attacks at once, and it's better to get infantry through the gate. Looks like we have an assassin mowing down some of those Athel Tamara Faithbearers. Perhaps I should have sent the noble to deal with it. And ooh, nice hit from the enemy Chain Lightning. This is what makes, or one of the things that makes Skaven so scary on the defense. The very cheap and very effective armor-piercing Chain Lightning spells on top of walls and on top of blobs. And I think it costs, I want to say 4 or 5 mana to cast it. It's very cheap, and it always does plenty of damage. Alrighty, Sensor Bearers are still fighting, and the Plague Monk is leading them in battle as well. How are we doing in terms of damage? Less than half HP on plenty of these guys. Still have to be quite concerned about that, but damn, their stats are nice. Out here, we still have one of the enemy artillery pieces firing, and the Noble will be heading towards it, while Eltharion works on the Thing, Hell Pit Abomination. While I'm sure we could get a lot of shots of the two fighting, though, this thing has so much HP, it would take absolute ages to bring it down with all of these Skaven around, even if Eltharion is a decent fighter. Alright, just gonna get a few shots, and then I think we're going to make it on out of there while we head towards the enemy Lord and towards the enemy catapults. And those are much bigger threats, even if they're physically not bigger than the Hell Pit Abomination. Alright, our Noble has arrived, and we've caged the enemy Warlock Engineer, Spirit Leeched him, and hopefully our Noble will be able to knock him out for good. In here somewhere, and I don't see the cage anymore, so that might mean it's dead, and if that is indeed the case, yes, it looks like we were able to capture it. Fantastic. Effects going down, and I do believe that's the Helm of Discord, debuffing all those enemy rats that are still holding the gate. And man, a single Dwellers Below or another big spell right here clears the entire way. But hey, that's not the way we're doing things these days. Or at least in this campaign. Alrighty, and it looks like the Ethel Tamara Faithbearers have nearly taken the walls. The Master Assassin has broken and routed and taken too much damage, and now it's a simple matter of knocking the rest of these Storm Vermin or whatever other units have made their way up here and down and out. And the Helped Abomination has arrived and is helping the Storm Vermin hold the gate as well, and is looking like it's going after our noble here. But he leads the White Lions and the Silveran Guard, and I believe our unit of Flames of Assyrian is in there somewhere as well, even if it's a little hard to spot. Yeah, a bit wonky camera work around the gate, but, well, can't really do too much about that. Damn, that Helped Abomination is huge. It's blocking off pretty much the entire gate and preventing us from going through. So it's a good use of it. Man, imagine if corpses persisted in this game in such a way that if the Helped Abomination were to die, it could block off the gate. Very nice, but hopefully not nice for much longer. We can see its healing cap, and it's taking a lot of damage from everything whacking away at it. That armor being sundered down to 20 means the relative lack of armor piercing on the Silveran Guard won't matter much. And Fenrir is going after the Helped Abomination with the Eagle as well. Come on, bring it down. There it goes, crushing a fair few units under its bulk and knocking them away. But that's a big one gone, and I think the biggest threat still on the field. Deleted. Let's see how we're doing. 7 minutes of straight-up city assault is pretty darn good. Certainly taking effort, and we are taking quite a bit of damage here. Certainly a lot more damage than we've been used to in the recent battles. Well, I guess against everybody but the Skaven. The Skaven are showing up in this campaign. Those 4 Skaven stacks plus this lovely defense of Carrick 8-Pigs. Very proud of the ratties. Considering how far they are to play, it's appropriate. Anyway, Rahagra's Pride and the Fireborn have also made it through the other gate and into the city, and are gonna go and knock out the other catapult, lest it continue to do damage to our slow-moving infantry, while we make our way into the city proper. Still a few enemies holding that wall and the gate here. And the Ethel Tamara Faithbearers have been wading through a sea of warpstone-tainted blood up here. And this makes me wonder, does fighting the Skaven, you know, I feel like enough Skaven are so corrupted by warpstone that getting their blood all over you is probably not so good, you know what I mean? And though perhaps High Elves in particular might be resistant to the effects of warpstone. But you know, well, humans fighting the Skaven, probably not so much. And that's without saying the diseases and stuff that they offer in general. Anyway, below the walls the fight continues as well, but now we finally managed to knock the enemy away. Stormwing and Eltharion clearing the bottom part of the ramparts and allowing the Ethel Tamara Faithbearers to get off of there and continue the fight within the city proper. And there go the Silveran Guard and the White Lions moving into more Storm Vermin that are regrouping up on this ramp. Still a decent amount of enemy foes remaining, though the balance of power is at about 80% in our favor, and the battle is certainly going our way. But it certainly took effort to get here. Now I think it's only a matter of time to grind down the remnants of the defenders, now that they can no longer concentrate those halberds around the gate and all those units up on the walls, and we should be able to simply outkill them, as our units are superior to theirs in direct combat when they can't leverage their numbers. Or I guess their elites and their artillery and whatnot. Alrighty, just continue making our way forward. White Lions and co. 1 full unit of Storm Vermin still holds, but here comes the Noble and Henry Cavill to lead the way as well. Alrighty. Just a matter of time now, once again, and now at this point, tactically, there is really not much to say. And just a good old-fashioned blob of melee. No magic from us and no magic from the enemy now that the Warlock Engineer is dead, so we don't have to worry about half our force being deleted by the Warp Lightning. Although we do have the Helm of Discord and a little bit of healing going. Alright, there's Henry Cavill moving through the enemy formation, swinging that great sword, and of course we have our Life Mage in here as well. She is not going to do much damage, but a little bit of splash damage can't hurt, and that 50% physical resistance, actually 65% physical resistance, is certainly going to allow her to be stuck in melee quite a bit more than normally a mage might be. Alright, and it looks like the rats are booking it on out of there, and finally we make our way through. Had to move a bunch of the Eltharion units out, as these 3 units are down to less than a third of their HP, and on top of that have taken quite a bit of model damage as well. So, yeah, but great job to them for being the tip of the spear, ironically, considering they were the only units without spears, or halberds, or great axes, well, whatever. They're the only sword units, let's say. Anyway, gonna do a little bit of healing on Eltharion and the Noble and Co, but I'll do it off screen, and hopefully they'll be near to full when we get out of this. Ooh, alrighty, there we go. What a glorious time. I did promise a good battle, and I think that we did certainly find it here. It's so much fun taking walls with melee only without having to rely on artillery or range units to whittle the enemy forces and towers and whatnot down. And great job to the Eltharion Faithbearers for leading the assault and getting, let's see, 13, 14, around 13 to 14k each, and then everybody else for following suit. Eltharion 34k, cleaning house as usual, and the Noble doing about half as much damage, but still being very useful in assassinating those enemy units. We are going to sack the place because it is 12,000 gold and we're not keeping it. Even though I would like to heal up. Hey, Sephirodrin has that Thilmar steed, which is great, and it looks like we'll be able to briefly at least occupy the place and use it to heal up. Fantastic, occupy. Alright, and we can hold on to it for a little while. In fact, we will get to the, let's say, campaign movement. Oh, this is for enemies. Well, then again, chance of interception. You know what, we'll do this. Reaver patrols, and help with the interception, and then we'll head southward through, well, northward and then southward through the rest of this. We gotta remember that Clan Rictus is hanging around as well, so there's plenty more Skaven to kill, but it looks like not for much longer. 27 out of 30 means I do believe next episode will be the last, and with us having pretty much destroyed Clan Moors, I think we're in a pretty good place. I may skip a little time and build the Lore Masters. I'll think about it. We'll see if we can get them in there, but at the same time, next time I do a full High Elf campaign, we'll be able to see them, and this one's only to victory after all. Anyway, stay tuned for what is probably one more episode, and oh, wait 1 second. We did capture one of these guys, and now we can do Indoctrinate. I'm curious, we're at 1064, and if we Indoctrinate you...
This wretch
1064, oh, it doesn't actually say how much. Damn, I was hoping for a value. 5% of the character's faction treasury per turn. But how much is that? Well, hopefully it'll show us an announcement, as we could use a little bit more cash. Anyway, calling the episode here as we're out of time. Next time we continue ripping the Skaven apart and hopefully reach the victory that we have sought here. Stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.